My name is Mina. I am 27. I still remember the day everything changed. Even now, when I close my eyes, the memories come back like a quiet movie. Some scenes are warm. Some scenes hurt so much that my chest feels tight. I thought I had experienced love. I thought I had found someone who saw me, understood me, and chose me. But now, looking back, I realize the truth. It wasn't love for him. It was training. And I was only the practice partner he used to prepare for someone else. But this is how it all began. Before he entered my life, my world was small and simple. I was the kind of girl who stayed quiet in crowds. I liked watching people more than talking to them. I was gentle, soft, easy to overlook. Most days, I went to school, came home, listened to music, and dreamed quietly about love. A love that felt safe, warm, slow, and kind. But in real life, no one ever looked at me that way. I wasn't popular. I didn't shine. I was just normal. But I had a heart that wanted to feel special. A heart that was waiting for someone to care. I didn't know that this desire, this small, innocent dream, would make me an easy target for a kind of pain I had never felt before. I met him on a late afternoon in early autumn. The air was cool, and the sunlight looked soft, almost golden. I remember sitting alone on a bench behind the school, reading quietly. Suddenly, a shadow fell over the page, and when I looked up, he was standing there. He had this easy smile, like the kind of smile that could open locked doors. His voice was warm, friendly, almost playful. He asked what I was reading, and I was surprised he even noticed me. Most boys walked past me like I was invisible, but he didn't. He sat beside me, close enough that I could feel the heat of his arm. He asked questions, real questions. What do you like? What makes you happy? Why do you always sit alone? And he listened. Really listened. As if my words mattered. My quiet world suddenly felt brighter, louder, more colorful. Like he had opened a window and let light in. It didn't matter that I barely knew him. It didn't matter that he was everything I wasn't. Confident, charming, full of energy. In that moment, it felt like he saw something in me. Something worth knowing. After that day, everything changed. He started texting me every morning. Good morning. Did you sleep well? Tell me about your day. Simple messages, but they meant so much. For the first time in my life, someone wanted my words. Someone wanted me. We talked about everything. His dreams, his fears, his funny childhood memories. He told me secrets he had never shared with anyone. At least, that's what he said. Every message, every shared moment, made me feel more connected to him. I felt important, needed, chosen. He would laugh at my jokes. He would send pictures of the sunset because he said it reminded him of me. Slowly, I began to wait for his messages like they were sunshine in my day. I believed our connection was real. I believed he trusted me. I believed I was special to him. And for a while, that belief felt like enough. Looking back now, I see the signs clearly. But back then, I didn't. He asked strange questions sometimes, ones that made me laugh nervously. What makes a girl feel special? Do girls like surprises? How do you know if she likes you back? I thought he was shy about his feelings for me. I thought he was trying to understand how to love me the right way. I didn't understand that every question was a quiet warning. A small red flag waving gently in front of me. But I was too hopeful to notice. Too happy to see the truth. I told myself, maybe he's just nervous. Maybe he's trying to find the right moment to confess. I held on to that idea like it was a lifeline. There was one night. A night I will never forget. We were sitting by the river after a long walk. The world was quiet around us. Only the sound of water and the soft glow of streetlights touched the darkness. He sat close to me, closer than ever before. His voice was soft, almost trembling, as he said, "I'm scared of losing people." That simple sentence opened something inside me. It made him look vulnerable, human, real. I wanted to protect him. I wanted to be the person he never lost. When he reached out and gently touched my hand, my heart began to beat in a way I had never felt before. In that moment, I fell. Completely, silently, deeply. I gave him my heart, but he gave me something else. His confusion, his mixed signals, his half-truths. But I didn't know that yet. A few days later, he sent me a message that felt strange but sweet. He wrote, "Can you teach me how to love someone? I want to do it right this time." I didn't understand, not really, but my heart filled the empty space with hope. I thought he was talking about me. I thought he wanted to learn how to love us, how to build something real together. So I helped him. I told him what makes a person feel safe. I told him how to show care, how to listen, how to be gentle. I shared my heart with him piece by piece. I didn't know I was teaching him how to love someone else. Then one evening, everything stopped. A message appeared on my phone. One sentence. One truth that broke the world I had built around him. "Thank you." She finally said yes. "I couldn't have done it without you." My fingers froze. My breath disappeared. The room felt suddenly cold. I stared at the words again and again, hoping I had read them wrong. But I hadn't. The warm story I believed in began to crumble. Slowly, painfully, like paper turning to ash. And in that moment, a soft confusion inside me started to grow into something darker. Something that would soon become heartbreak. The message on my phone didn't look dangerous. It was just one small notification. One simple line of text on a bright screen. But that one sentence felt like a knife going quietly into my chest. "Thank you." She finally said yes. "I couldn't have done it without you." For a moment, my mind refused to understand. I read it again, and again, and again. Not you. Not you finally said yes. In 1 second, my warm little dream turned to cold silence. The hope I had been holding so carefully in my hands fell to the floor and shattered into pieces I couldn't pick up. I had spent all this time thinking he was building something with me. But the truth was simple and cruel. He was building something with her, and I was only helping. I wanted to answer. I wanted to scream, to ask him why, to ask him how he could do this. But my fingers didn't move. My throat felt tight. My chest felt heavy, like someone was sitting on it. I just stared at the message, my eyes burning. My heart slowly realizing what my mind already knew. All the love lessons, all the questions about what girls liked, all the things I said about listening, caring, being gentle. They were not for me. They were never for me. A new message appeared. "You're the best friend ever. I don't know what I'd do without you." Best friend. Those 2 words hurt more than anything. Because I had never seen him as just a friend. He was the person I fell asleep thinking about. He was the reason I checked my phone every morning. He was the quiet little hope I had planted in my heart. But for him, I was only a friend. A safe place. A free guidebook on how to love someone else. I wanted to confront him. I wanted to ask, "Did you really not see my feelings?" But the words stayed inside me, locked behind my teeth. So there was no big fight, no shouting, no dramatic scene. Just me, sitting alone in my room, holding my phone like it was something dangerous, and feeling my heart slowly crack. That night, the pain was loud. Louder than my thoughts, louder than my music, louder than anything. I lay in my bed, staring at the ceiling, and the tears just came. I didn't have to force them. They flowed by themselves, like my heart had opened a secret door. It felt like my heart was learning to break for the first time. I kept asking myself questions that had no answers. Why wasn't I enough? Why could he tell me everything, but not this? How could he use my love to win someone else? I thought about every time he had shared a secret, every time he had thanked me, every time I had stayed awake for hours listening to him. Had it all been one-sided? Had I been living in a story that only existed in my head? The pain wasn't dramatic. It was quiet, heavy, slow, like carrying a bag of stones that no one else could see. I didn't hate him, but I did start to hate myself a little, for not seeing it sooner, for loving too deeply, for giving my heart to someone who didn't ask for it, and didn't know how to hold it. Days passed. I went to school. I answered people. I smiled when I had to. But inside, I was replaying everything. Every conversation. Every small detail. His strange questions. His careful interest in what girls like. The way he never actually called me his. The way he said, "You understand me better than anyone." But never said, "I want to be with you." In the past, I saw all of this as shyness, as romantic tension, as something waiting to bloom. Now, I saw it clearly. It wasn't shyness. It was distance. He didn't hide his feelings from me. He just never had those feelings for me at all. The past looked different under this new light. Dreams became warnings I had ignored. Hopeful moments became quiet alarms I turned off. I realized something that hurt, but also set me free. I fell in love with him. He only needed my guidance, not my heart. I wish I could say I sent him a long message. I wish I could say I told him everything, that I made him understand how deeply he had hurt me, but I didn't. Instead, I chose silence. The next time he texted me, I saw the message. I read it, but I didn't reply. He sent another, "Are you there?" Then, "Hey, I have to tell you what happened yesterday." I put my phone face down. I let it vibrate on my desk, then stop. In my heart, I whispered a goodbye he would never hear. "I hope she gives you the love you were practicing for." It was a quiet goodbye. No anger, no revenge. Just a soft decision to protect what was left of me. Healing did not come fast. It did not arrive in one big moment. It came in small pieces, like light slipping slowly through a curtain. At first, everything reminded me of him. Songs, places, even my phone at night. So I started to change little things. I took longer walks by myself. I read new books. I listened to music that didn't make me think of him. I spent more time with people who actually saw me. Friends who cared how I was. Family who loved me even when I was quiet and broken. Some days I still cried. Some nights I still checked our old messages. But slowly, they began to feel like a story about someone else. Not about who I was anymore. I began to learn something important. I needed boundaries. I needed to protect my heart. Not by becoming cold, but by becoming more careful about where I placed my love. Healing wasn't a straight line. Some days I felt strong. Other days I felt like I was back at the beginning. But little by little, the pain grew softer. The weight on my chest became lighter. I was changing, even if I didn't see it right away. One afternoon, months later, I was looking at my reflection in a window. I saw the same face, the same eyes, but something inside them was different, clearer. And suddenly, I understood something. I wasn't used because I was weak. I was used because I was kind. He saw a soft heart ready to listen. He saw a girl who would give without asking for anything back. He saw a safe place to practice love. That didn't make me foolish. It didn't make me worthless. It made me human. It made me open. It made me capable of deep love. And that is not a weakness. That is a strength. I whispered to myself. He used me to learn how to love someone else. But I learned how to love myself. For the first time, those words felt true. If you are listening to this right now, maybe you know this kind of pain too. Maybe you also loved someone who only saw you as a friend, a helper, a safe place to land before flying to someone else. If that is you, I want to tell you this. You deserve love that chooses you, not love that uses you to reach another person. You deserve someone who doesn't need practice to care about your feelings, someone who is sure about you, someone who says, "I want you," without confusion. Your heart has value. Your kindness has value. Your love has value. Protect it. Not by building walls so high that no one can reach you, but by knowing you are not a lesson or a training ground. You are not a practice girl. You are not a temporary chapter. You are a whole story. Maybe I wasn't his happy ending. Maybe I was only a quiet page in his journey. But now, I believe I will find my own ending. Not perfect. Not like in movies, but real, honest, chosen. And until that day comes, I will keep doing something he never did. I will choose myself.